Welcome to a Full Force Movie News Burst special brought to you by GeneralsJoes Reborn.com with me, Christopher McLeod, aka Diagnostic80, and Justin Generals Joes Bell. There was so much movie news again this week that again you're getting a second weekly. It's the Full Force Movie News Burst special. My God, I've given myself too much work yet again, Justin.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Because I'm an idiot. Right, next.
I'm not denying you. Did you want me to deny it? Was I supposed to deny that or something?
Would have been nice, wouldn't it? Would have been nice. No, anyway, right. Let's get into the first bit of movie news then, bud, and that is in writing credit news. The writing duo of Joe Shrapnel and Anna Waterhouse, who were originally brought in to work on the follow-up movie to Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, it appears, have worked on the screenplay for the Henry Golding-helmed Origin movie as well. HISSTANK reported that a Canadian press release for the upcoming film credited both writers alongside Evan Spiliotopoulos. Up to this point, it had only been Mr. Spiliotopoulos' name on the credits, easy for me to say, which could mean that the duo were hired to make some changes to the film as well as working in connection to the follow-up movie. This would line up with the reshoots following early test screenings of the film and could explain why they were brought in on this particular movie as well as the follow-up. This makes me excited to see some sort of bonus for Joe fans and a Nick Fury-style post-credit scene once that "I'm on a new level" song has finished. Justin, are you happy to hear that connections are possibly being put in place for a larger universe of films?
I am, but I'm not sure that's the case. I was just doing some searching, actually, just before the show, and unfortunately I couldn't get this information to you before you went on that huge spiel. But I actually found an article on Deadline.com from February of 2020.
Yes.
So like 18 months ago, and they mentioned this duo was working on Snake Eyes even back then.
Right. Interesting.
So, I mean, it's possible they are still sowing the seeds for future integration. That'd be great. They've also done some work, I guess, on Captain Marvel for Marvel Studios. So they've certainly got some decent writing credits, and they've certainly got some experience in kind of weaving a single film into a canvas of others. So yeah, if they are involved in Snake Eyes and also involved in the broader G.I. Joe universe, I think it's a very good thing.
In the hunt for Infinity Mask, is that what you're
exactly?
Going to say?
Yes. G.I. Joe and not Endgame in the hunt for the Infinity Mask.
Captain Gridiron Civil Battle.
I would still watch it. I'd be in the theater opening night,
mate. We'd be all about that. Imagine the lead up to that, all the casting. Oh, it'd be great.
Man, who's your dream cast for Captain Gridiron? I must admit that thought has never once crossed my mind.
I would say Chris Evans.
Sure, why not?
He has captain experience. Surely that would be...
it goes from the shield to the football grenade. That's perfect.
Imagine his shield would be a giant American football shape.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
I like it.
Writes itself. Like it. Who needs
no get rid of this Shrapnel and Waterhouse people. It's McLeod and is all over it.
Exactly. Who needs one of the Insecticons and Amy Winehouse? Who needs them? Nobody. Anyway,
I think the most impressive thing out of this whole bit of news is the fact that you pronounced Spiliotopoulos correct so many times. I
love saying his name, especially at high speed. Spiliotopoulos.
Wow.
Spiliotopoulos. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
If you say it 3 times, he appears. If you say it
like
3 times,
Beetlejuice? Yeah.
If you say it 3 times, a major blood appears. Amazing. What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
In any case, I have to say, I think that the fact that they are connected to both films, even if they were attached much earlier in time, which I feel really bad for not picking up on, I do think that they would be tying the two together. You just assume that would be the case. But I'm really excited, actually, to see where this goes and to see what we're going to get in the Snake Eyes movie in terms of, any extra additional footage that may not have been picked up in that plot reveal that we talked about, a number of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think the world is kind of open for whatever they might want to do. I hope they do weave some of that stuff in. I mean, clearly, and we're going to talk about it in the next next section, but like the recent Scarlet poster with kind of the G.I. Joe logo or whatever
Spoiler.
certainly indicates kind of, yeah, spoiler, sorry, a broader G.I. Joe universe that already exists. So I think they've started sowing those seeds already.
Absolutely. And speaking of the next news story, Justin, which you've just completely ruined for everybody. Yeah. I'm kidding.
I'd say that was a segue, but it really wasn't. That was
saying what we're doing next is the difference. Yeah,
it did not flow.
Okay, so in motion poster news, IGN revealed some very cool brand new character motion posters from the film earlier in the week. There were 8 posters in total, with Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Scarlet, Baroness, Hard Master, Blind Master, Akiko, and Kenta all getting in on the action. What is very interesting to note is that they all have a particular logo background, indicating their chosen factions, and as Justin mentioned, Scarlet gets the same movie-style eagle head and star logo used during the last few films. This is also the first time seeing a nice clear shot of the main villain Kenta. Expect to see these posters a lot on the socials as we move closer to the release date, along with that infectiously annoying "I'm on a new level" every few seconds. Justin, how much are you hating me saying that over and over again, but how much are you enjoying the new motion posters?
Well, I got goosebumps the first time I heard that song, because we saw that trailer, a few days before everybody else on the internet.
Now there are 8 separate
and now
motion
it's just like,
posters.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm on a new level just like resonates in my head like nonstop all day long. But no, I really dig the posters. I think they're cool. They're pretty simple, nothing extraordinary. But yeah. I do like the fact that we actually got, most of them have the Arashikage logo behind them, but the Baroness is the familiar Cobra logo, and Scarlet as the now familiar G.I. Joe logo, that eagle's head, which I thought that logo was a good one. I mean, it's
cool. It's
tough to synthesize G.I. Joe down to a singular image. I mean, it's famous for having its name and in red, white, and blue and all that stuff. But it's always a double-edged sword, because G.I. Joe is supposed to be this covert operations team, and they're going to run around with that
branding,
all over the place. So at least the eagle head logo is a little bit more subtle, and it's kind of a nice foil to the Cobra logo. So yeah, as we were saying, I mean, I like the existence of that logo. I like that Scarlet is kind of in this sort of combat uniform that we've seen in the trailer, which really kind of speaks to the fact that there is an existing G.I. Joe mythology out there that she's a part of already, and same with the Baroness and Cobra, and just getting kind of that first look at the characters, even though in some of them the lighting's not great, they go for some of the mood lighting or whatever and hide some of the detail, but still, I think they did some great work with these posters, and it's been it's really fun to kind of see the publicity starting to get out there. I'm ready for a little bit of a longer trailer. I know we've been moaning about the trailer for so long, and we finally got that teaser, and it was great.
Mate,
but now I'm ready for something longer.
We'll always moan. There's always
we never have enough. Yeah, never have enough.
It's so funny. It's like, we need a trailer. Get a trailer. We need a bigger trailer.
Yeah, exactly. They'll release the film like 2 weeks early, and I'm be like, oh, can we get more film, please? Yeah.
Can we get more film? I want more of a film. Can I have another film now? Can I have Hunt for Infinity Mask? Where's the trailer?
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. I want to see that. Where's the Captain Gridiron Civil Battle trailer? That's what I want to No. Amazing. But yeah, okay. I really like them too. I think they're really cool posters. Again, some people kind of say, a bit boring. I'm like, well, what do you need? They're just showing characters. Like,
exactly.
It's simple, basic stuff. And I think, seeing Kenta for the first, I know we've seen him in the trailer, but like
right.
we were kind of umming and erring as to whether is that Kenta. But like now that we see he's got the shaved head. Yep. He's definitely the one fighting Storm Shadow on that roof. He's definitely the one aiming making the explosion happen at, towards the end of that trailer at the Arashikage Temple. So he's definitely in there, but we just hadn't seen like a nice clear image of him. So it's good to see Takahiro Hira actually as Kenta, and that was something like when I saw that, I was like, yes, good shot of the guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that was cool, and I liked how they actually called out the Hard Master and the Blind Master and those folks too. That was a really nice touch.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see all of the characters in the film. I also I was half expecting a Granny Arashikage.
No kidding, yeah.
One. Like apparently she's pretty good. She's a pretty good character in the film as well. So we've heard. So I'm surprised we haven't seen more of her on there. In any
Just
case,
like dramatic standing there,
Yeah,
just
with-
granny on the bottom.
with a brick and a handbag weapon.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Just like the brick poking out the handbag, just holding it like that, like all cutesy. I'm going to smash you around the head with this. Well, that's motion poster news. And finally, Justin, we did get some stuff kind of kicking off today as we record this. So let's get stuck into a little bit of classified news. In-hand images of the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins classified figures emerged earlier today, as we record this, courtesy of Isaac Wong on Facebook. Wave 1, which consists of Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow and the Baroness, were set for an August release, but seem to have been brought back even further as a number of sites are reporting that they are currently in stock. The close-up images only showed Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, but there were a few pics that did creep out of the Baroness in package as well, so expect more images of her very soon. It was great to be able to get a good look at the figures in all their glorious detail, and if you want to see more, then check out Isaac Wong's post in the links below. Justin, what are your thoughts after seeing these new images of the figures?
I like them. And, I've seen a lot of complaints kind of at the color of Storm Shadow's uniform, and
I don't really like that. I don't know why.
I think it's nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not the stark white. Obviously, it's kind of a more of a creamy color. It's kind of odd. I wonder if there's a reason for that, because I know I'm pretty sure back in the Retaliation and Rise of Cobra days, like the Storm Shadow figures were also sort of off-white. They weren't like pristine white either. So I don't know if that's their way of kind of mimicking a more Hollywood real-life look to the clothing rather than it just being pure blinding white. But But I don't know. I don't really have a huge problem with it. I think the figures look great. The likenesses are amazing. Henry Golding, especially, it looks just like him.
So good.
I find myself really interested in the figure. Snake Eyes looks a little bit different. Obviously he's movie styled, not like, not really anything compared to the classified reveal we just got a few days ago or what have you. But it's a whole different look. But I still like it. I think it looks svelte and sleek, and they've mirrored kind of that comic book superhero feel with a realistic Hollywood look. So yeah, all in all, I think I'm really a fan of the figures. I think they're great. I mean, I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to G.I. Joe Classified.
Same.
But yeah, I certainly have been, I'm certainly now antsy to kind of get them in hand. But I didn't realize some stores that actually had them in stock. Did you say some stores actually have them in stock?
Robot Kingdom posted earlier today, thanks to AFB Eddie on Twitter for the heads up on that. And they're in stock. I spoke to a couple of other retailers as well who are saying that they're in stock, available now, effectively. So I think that we're going to start seeing these. I'm not sure if the shipping has changed on any of my Pulse orders. I don't think it has.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
It's quite likely that they'll be in stores, or they'll be in partner store retailers, kind of online sites before we see them. Turn up from Pulse, but that's just part of the game anyway, isn't it? Pat and I just discussed that, talking about the Snake Eyes and Timber Pulse, not exclusive, but Pulse figure pre-order. So
yeah, and I've been. I will admit, I don't handle the pre-orders especially well. I tend to like shotgun them a little bit because I'm so antsy to get them in hand that I'll pre-order at a couple of different places. And then I will sometimes forget to cancel pre-orders.
That's why I got my 63 of the same figure. Yeah.
I just got my third box of Flint and Lady J like a day or two ago, and I'm just like, oh god, what have I done? But
I know the feeling.
I pre-ordered a Major Blood on Hasbro Pulse too, just because I could. I mean, I had one already, but it was there, and I'm like,
I tell you what, Hasbro have just found the perfect way of selling the same figure multiple times. Just because I could, because it was on Pulse and it was available.
Exactly, because I could actually add it to my cart and go through the purchase process. It's like, wow, this is a novelty.
It's almost like you just wanted to do it to stick your finger up at Target.
Yeah,
I know what you mean on that. Imagine if we can get barbecue at that time as well, which
I am really. I know Target is a dirty word, but it's. The Major Blood. We said like probably a good few weeks ago that we thought they were going to start making these more available, and Major Blood has been. I mean, it's not a perfect situation. Not everybody who wants them can get them. That's true, but I am getting lots of reports of people finding these in Target still
multiples,
now.
Yes.
I'm seeing he actually went up on Target.com a few days ago, and this is going to sound ridiculous, but he lasted like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, which it seems stupid, but it's a heck of a lot better than 20 seconds.
That's a lifetime in Target online history.
Exactly. So I'm hoping that this is kind of the sign of the turnaround, and that we'll start seeing these more plentiful. I'm not going to promise that if they release another kick-ass army builder through Target that it's going to be any easier to find. I think we've got to benefit. This is Major Blood. He's an individual character. Barbecue and Breaker are both individual characters, so I'm kind of got my fingers crossed there too that they'll be a little bit easier to find. And I really do think Hasbro is trying to get these out to people. It doesn't serve them or Target any good to blow through limited stock and have shelves empty for months on end. So I think everybody wants these to be more available and larger quantities. So I think we will see that happen, and Major Blood is kind of the first step towards that, which is good.
I feel like someone's pressed the increase quantity button in the factory, though, haven't they? And it's just
exactly.
Gone, right, just
there's this big lever that just says make more, and they go yeah, there you go. Easy as that.
Imagine if it was as easy as a copy and paste kind of scenario. That would be great.
Great. Yeah.
Command C, Command V. Right. Well, Justin, thanks, mate. That kind of ties up all of the movie news this week. I figured it was substantial enough to get another episode separately done for us. So thanks, mate, for jumping on. I really appreciate it. Oh, look who's come back with his cap in his hand. That won't be on the edit, but I just thought it was funny to say that. Because people can't see that Pat's just appeared. They can just see Justin and I, because I can't be bothered to add another video to this level of ridiculous edit. But anyway, Pat, for those that are not really that know what's going on, we're recording 2 episodes simultaneously, and Pat has just returned from his hiatus. So you'll get to see him, and you'll get to see him anyway on the other weekly. So I'm not gonna bother right now. Sorry, Pat.
You shouldn't have told me that these guys were in stock at Robot Kingdom, because now I'm sitting there looking at them and saying, Amazing. Justin's going to get 600 of the same figure again because he cannot wait. Oh, the set of 3 is out of stock, though. Bummer.
That means that Snake Eyes or Baroness is sold more?
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely see Storm Shadow in stock, but I haven't really dug through to see if I wonder if the other 2 are out, but Storm Shadow's left.
Interesting. Well, anyway, Justin, mate, thanks for jumping on and chatting movie news. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching the Full Force Movie News Burst special. Massive thank you to my awesome co-host, Justin GeneralsJoes Bell. See you next time, and as always, you know what to do, mate. After 3, 1, 2, 3... Force! What's hilarious is you can't see, but Pat also did it, even though he's muted and off screen. Anyway,
he's well conditioned. It's like Pavlov Pat, you say it and he just does it.
Pavlov's dog. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.